On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we jam police laser. What is going on, guys? I'm WatchJRGo, and today we're here with my 2012 Chevy Volt, and we're also here with the TMG A15 laser jammers. And TMG is the Taiwan microwave group. They've been building laser jammers and radar detectors for a long time, and they're pretty new to the US market here. So we're gonna unbox this. Haven't even opened it yet, as you can see, and install some laser jammers on the Volt. And then Wichita now has motorcycle cops, and their only job is traffic, and those guys are using laser. And from the testing I've seen, this can defeat the Dragoneye laser and everyone else, like Stalker and all the other laser guns out there. The TMG A15 is doing really well. So, got the box open here. Let me get this set aside. TMG A15, this is the dual head. They do have a quad head as well. And the coolest thing about this, other than the fact that all the testing I've seen shows it works really well and can defeat the Dragoneye, it's only $700. If you get a dual head kit from ALP, it'll cost so much more. I think a dual head's probably well over $1,000, maybe $1,200. I don't know all their prices offhand. And then a quad head, you're really closing out on $2,000 plus install, right? It's a lot of money in laser jammers. And this, if it can really do the same thing, and I think I've seen Vortex testing, I've seen TMG's testing, I've been watching a lot of it. It seems like it can do the same thing for way less money, and it looks like a quality product. So we're about to find out. Let's get this open.
No, turn it over. They gave you a little R8 on the back.
Oh, I told them it was going on the R8 too, and it can't go on the R8 because it's not done yet. Plus I daily the Volt, so let's do the car that I daily. And of course it has diagrams for optional transponders. This is a kind of a quad head diagram back here. 8 transponder optional. That is crazy. And also here's a list of all the laser guns that it can defeat. And it integrates with your Valentine 1 via JBV1. And I do love my V1. So here is our CPU. It's well packed. TMG A15. Here we've got the receive only button. This is the, I think this is for the alerting, right? That's like silent. And this is update. That's the update button there. You can update it from your phone, even the firmware, which is pretty incredible. Running around here, we've got a nice power button. Feels good. Volume up and down. Sorry about the wind. We have barrel connector power here for the temporary power. This guy right there. And then we have the little terminal pin connectors for everything else. This is another power for the hardwired connection. Transponder 1, Transponder 2, Transponder 3, 4, and this is radar detector integration or other accessories in the future. A couple dip switches right there, and this is for the factory to work on the unit, and a reset button. It's pretty solid. I mean, you can see there's not a ton of flex. It's built well. I'm impressed by the build. Can't wait to get this on the car. And here's our cable that connects the CPU to the transponder units. We've got the little screw-in connectors for each side, and we'll put one on each side of the car. All right, accessories. We've got double-sided tape, 3M VHB, good stuff. They didn't cheap out at all. Zip ties and bubble level for setting up your transponders, some actual brackets for mounting it. You can actually self-tapping screw it into something there. And the hardwire power cable. The actual transponders. Let's get these guys open. They look nice. Here's where the magic happens. These are the transponders, the laser jammers themselves here. Well, the laser heads, and they are aluminum, like anodized aluminum. That's quality right there. They feel super solid. Honestly, I think that like Escort ones are plastic. I'm not sure, but I've picked them up a few times and I think they were plastic. So I'm kind of blown away right there. And here's how you connect the transponders to the cable. It's got a little alignment notch right on top there. So we'll just go ahead and twist that till it goes in. Look at that. And they're all O-ring sealed and they tighten down super nicely. That is well built. I'm a fan of the design of this thing. So now we've got it open. Let's get it on the car. Sidebar, mail just came in. Look what we got. Vintage Geo Tracker keychain, and it's leather with a nice little Geo Tracker logo stitched in there. Lamborghini, how excited are you now?
It's so cute.
So let's install this guy. Went ahead and popped the hood already. Look under the hood of the Volt. I don't know if we've ever opened the hood of the Volt. I guess we did the very first time when we talked about it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy under here. We've got the little bitty engine right there. And of course the transaxle slash motor assemblies right here. The motor controller is hiding under this cover right there. Yeah, this thing is crammed in here, and hopefully I can find a nice hole in the firewall to go right into with our connections. You wanted quirks and features? The Volt has dual OBD2 ports. I literally just learned. I've always used the OBD2 port right here, right on my side where it would always be. But come over here. Mind equals blown. They went ahead and doubled the OBD2 port from the factory for you. There's another one right here. It's got 2 OBD ports. That is one of the craziest things I think I've ever seen. Okay, now we have to get these guys in here. So, I have to get all these out. You can tell this has been apart many times at the dealership. You will need to run your jammer head wiring through your firewall. That was the exciting part on this car. We didn't record it because it's really hard to do in a Volt. It just ended up taking too much time. Don't void my 100,000 mile electronics warranty, GM. But I think we can actually use this to run right down where we want it. Another cool thing about the TMG laser heads is you can replace the lens when they get cracked after rocks get thrown at them and everything. And I think we're gonna put them right there. I think it's level, it looks good. And hopefully that hits our 24-inch apart target. And now we have the transponder cable right where it needs to be. It comes out right under the grill just like that. I'm just doing 2. You can actually do this with 3 up front. You could put 1 here and 1 here and 1 here. You could have tons of protection up front. But what we're gonna do is just fish this wire through here from my freshly cleaned plastic where I'm gonna actually adhere these. We wiped everything down with alcohol a ton to make sure everything was going to stick. And here goes the first one. We'll go ahead and get it connected before we start fishing the wire back to make sure we take up all the slack. And you can actually feel the O-ring seal in there kind of crushing a little bit just to make sure it's nice and watertight. And now for this one here, this is gonna be clean and stealthy, I think. Hopefully we can get everything nice and level to make sure it works perfectly, and I think we have the distance we need as well. There are arrows on here as well if you don't want to look at the key when you're putting them together. There's a flat spot, that's the key, and another flat spot that it's mates with right there. Tighten this guy down, and we should be good. Now I can slide all this back in here and get that taken care of in a minute. We'll take the slack out of it so it's not hanging around or hitting the radiator or anything like that. And we will get these mounted in the meantime. So it's gonna look something like that.
You can hardly see it.
Yep, stealthy. And I'm gonna add a little bit of material on top to push down the back, which will level it out for us exactly where we need it to be on the car. Right now you can see it angles down probably, I don't know, 5 degrees or something like that. But we're gonna put some more adhesive on the back, which will push it down and solve that problem. And this zip tie will make sure nothing flaps around. We can finally mount our A15 CPU. Transponders are all mounted up in the front. We ran some temporary power for the moment. It's all hidden. We'll just plug this into transponder 1. I'll show you guys the connectivity here. TP1. Get that guy in there until it gives us a little click for some feedback, and it's in. And now some power. Turn the car on. Oh, it's gonna start the engine because the hood's open. Volt. So we've got our A15 all set up, and I just downloaded the app TMG Defender Lite, and we are going to, I think we're already running the latest version. Defender,
Algorithm update.
Algorithm update.
Open app. Select new algorithm and enable Bluetooth.
Yes, upload. Oh.
Start
okay.
transferring.
Cool, so we've got our red flashing light on update. I'll show you that real quick. You can see that in there. It's updating. Here's my phone. Almost done updating. Only took a few seconds. It looks like it's just about done.
Update finished or aborted. Returning to Defender mode.
All right, cool. Current version 804. What do we have here? Settings. This is our jam kill time, 4 seconds, sleeps for 60 seconds before it can pick back up.
Receive only mode.
Oh, we can control the whole unit from right here.
Auto sleep mode. Volume 10.
Cool. And there's
Yes mode.
complete sleep.
Auto sleep mode.
Nice. I probably don't need to leave the app running right now, so we're gonna go ahead and drive around, see what happens. Maybe we'll run into some laser. We probably won't because there's not too much laser in this city, but hey, I'd love to find out if we can test it out in real life. Lamborghini and I stopped for a second to look at some motorcycles, and I found my favorite feature of the TMG system. When you get in the Huracan, or when you have a radar detector in general, even the V1 starts up, it's like beep, 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 beep. And the Unitons have their big beep, 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 beep intro or whatever that is. And the Huracan has ALP in it, and when anything happens that turns on the auxiliary electrical systems, you hear that thing start up, and it's like interference, defense, active. Every single time the door opens, right?
System off.
And when you turn on the Volt and the TMG turns on, this is it.
System on.
It's amazing! I never thought just 2 words would make me so happy, because like 4 words in some girl's voice that takes forever to go through because it says it really slowly. It says interference, defense, active. I guess it's 3 words, but man, system on, perfect. I wouldn't mind hearing that all the time. Well, Lamborghini and I drove up and down Kellogg, grabbed some lunch, and never ran into a single cop running laser. 1 radar hit, but hey, that's about all we're gonna run into today. Once again, huge thank you to TMG for sending the A15 over. I'm sure we can do an update in the future once jam some laser and save some money. So, thank you for watching, and that is it for today, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you wanna do, and I will talk to you next time. Start working your wire through. We used a coat hanger.
And a sword.
And maybe a sword. I cannot confirm or deny that a sword was involved.